Okay, so for this method, we're going to be using the method called elimination, which means getting rid of. So if you see a positive 2x and a negative 2x, you can add them together. 2 minus 2 is 0, and that gets rid of one of those terms. So the idea with this first part here, identifying the opposite. So obviously the opposite of 8 is negative 8. And the opposite of 10 is, a negative 10 rather, is positive 10. So if you were to add those, you get 0, right? The opposite of y is negative y. Add those together, you get 0. The opposite of 3x is negative 3x. Again, 0. So they're zeroing themselves out, eliminating themselves. So how do we know when the terms are opposites? All we do is look for the sign. Alright, so when using the method of elimination, we add the two equations in the system together. Our goal is to eliminate one of the variables. Then we're able to solve for each variable separately. Now sometimes you can subtract them and get the same result. Apologize for the noise in the background. That's our pop machine in the faculty room. So if we take a look at the first example, we see a positive x and a positive 5x in the two different equations. We see a negative 2 and a positive 2. Oh, the negative 2 and positive 2 are opposites of each other. So I can add these two equations together. Now this is really 1x, and I'm adding 5x, which gives me 6x. Negative 2 plus 2 is 0, so those zero each other out. And then I have a negative 19 plus 1, which is negative 18. So now I'm just left with the 6x and the negative 18. So in order to solve, I divide both sides by 6. I get x equals negative 3. Okay, now I know x, but I don't know y. So I take that back up and I substitute it in for x in one of the two equations. It makes no difference which one. Whatever one you think is easiest. I look at the first equation and I see that it's x minus 2y equals negative 19. So I'm going to substitute it in there. That means negative 3, take away 2y equals negative 19. To get rid of the negative 3, I add it to both sides. Again, concept of opposites. Those zero each other out, but negative 19 plus 3 is negative 16. Again, that's the same as 19 minus 3, but with the negative sign. And then when you divide by negative 2, you get y equals 8. So the solution is these two lines meet at the point negative 3, comma 8. For those of us that struggle with that, that is to the left 3 and up 8. So here are some steps to look for. Write the equations so that like terms are lined up, so they're right above each other. Add the two equations, eliminating one of the variables, and solve for the other variable. Then substitute your answer into one of the original equations and solve for the other variable. Write your answers from steps 2 and 3 as an ordered pair, x, comma, y. And then it says to check your solution. Again, if you're pretty confident with your work, you don't need to do the check, but the check is just plugging them back in to the original equations and making sure that left-hand side equals the right-hand side. So another example. So step 1, make sure they're lined up. They are. I notice that I have a positive 3x and a negative 3x, so I can add the two equations together. Remember, you're adding every piece of the equation, all the like terms. So the y's go together, the x's go together, and the constants go together. So I have 1y plus 2y gives me 3y. Positive 3x plus negative 3x is 0. And negative 2 plus 14 is positive 12. It's the same as 14 minus 2. Divide by 3. I get y equals 4. So for my solution, I have a y value of 4. So now I'm going to take that y value and plug it back into one of the two equations. Again, it looks like the first equation is the easiest. because I don't have to do anything to the y. All I do is plug it in. And remember, when we're solving equations, we want to isolate the variable terms, so I got to get rid of the 4. That zeroes out. That means I'm taking 4 more away from here. And when I have like signs, I keep the sign and combine. So I'm going to combine those to get a -6. Divide by 3. And I get x equals -2. Okay, and if you need to use a calculator to make sure you're not messing those addition problems up and those division problems with signs, then by all means use one. Same idea here. Okay, with this example though, we have a positive 4y and another positive 4y. So instead of adding, I want to subtract. But I'm going to subtract every single term. Now when I subtract a negative, that's the same thing as adding. So this is really 3 plus 2, which gives me 5x, 4 minus 4y, which zeroes out, and 18 plus 8. I think that was supposed to be a -8. Maybe they just accidentally had the double equal sign. Well, we're going to go 18 minus 8. 18 minus 8, we'll call this a positive 8. 18 minus 8, of course, is 10. Divide by 5. I get x equals 2. So my solution so far is 2, comma. I need to figure out what y is, so I'm going to plug that into one of the two equations. This one doesn't make much of a difference as far as the amount of work you have to do. But if I take 3 and plug it in, 2 rather, and plug it in there for x, so that means I've gotten rid of the x, and I replace it with the 2. That gives me 6 plus 4y equals 18. Take away 6 from both sides. Those two zero out. I get 4y equals 18 minus 6 is 12. And then divide by 4. I get y equals 3. Okay, so that's the idea with elimination. Not much different than substitution, because we in the end we substitute things back in anyways. But that is the idea. Now take that idea and apply it to the homework page.